Hello, dear students. Today we'll see one of the most important rearrangement from organic chemistry. As we know, there are many rearrangement reactions. Out of these, the rearrangement which involves rearrangement of specifically carbocation intermediate are known as Wagner-Mirvin rearrangement. Now, this rearrangement is taking place in presence of Lewis acid or Bronsted acid like H2SO4. This reaction is specifically takes place for highly branched compounds. Means highly branched compounds or bicyclic compound where uh, two cycles are there and they are bridged with each other. So highly branched bridged cyclic compounds or bicyclic compounds are also undergo Wagner Mirvin rearrangement. Now here we'll see one example and we'll try to understand this rearrangement. Now see, this is a compound which contains tertiary carbon or quaternary carbon. Now this carbon which is attached to four carbon atoms, so it is highly branched. So this type of compound, it is known as neopentyl alcohol. When it is treated with H2SO4 or any Lewis acid, then it undergoes this type of rearrangement. Now you can see here this carbon is attached to four carbons, but in a product this carbon is attached to three carbon. So this particular methyl group is shifted towards the carbon. So this is one carbocation rearrangement. And here when this neopentyl alcohol undergoes dehydration, it will produce 2-methyl butene or it will produce 2-methyl 1-butene. So here we can observe the double bond or here we can observe the double bond. But the carbon skeleton is changed from quaternary to it is changed from tertiary to tertiary. So this type of rearrangement is known as Wagner-Mirvin rearrangement. Now we'll see the mechanism of Wagner-Mirvin rearrangement. Here we will take the above example, that is CH3 CH3. CH3 means we will again take neopentyl alcohol for the mechanism. So see, if this is a CH3, 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 CH2 and OH. This is neopentyl alcohol. This neopentyl alcohol, when it is treated with acid, this acid will attack here. Means this O is negatively having more electronegativity. It abstracts this proton. So we can say this is protonation. So first step is protonation of alcohol. Protonation of alcohol followed by dehydration. So here if this is H2O will be eliminated or loss of water molecule. Now here this bonding pair of electron will be shifted towards this OH. So this carbon becomes positively charged. So I am writing here CH3, CH3 as it is. This CH2 is also as it is. Now as from carbon the bonding electron pair will be shifted. So this carbon becomes positively charged and here is formation of water. Now you can observe here, this carbocation is a primary carbocation. Now thus from primary carbocation is less stable than the secondary or tertiary carbocation. Hence, to make this carbocation more stable, one of the alkyl group from the adjacent carbon along with bonding pair of electron will be shifted to the carbocation. So remember, here rearrangement takes place. Here carbocation skeleton will be changed, will be rearranged. Now see, this is a carbocation, this is a carbon which is attached to one carbon, so it is a primary carbon. This carbocation is less stable. It will become stable to a more stable carbocation structure by migration of one of the alkyl group from adjacent carbon towards carbocation, and we will get this type of structure CH3, CH3 as it is. Then here is CH2. See, this methyl group will be shifted, so we can write here is methyl group. And now from this carbon, methyl group will be shifted along with bonding pair of electron. So this carbon becomes positively charged. We can say this is a tertiary carbocation. So first step is nothing but protonation of alcohol followed by loss of water to produce primary carbocation. Rearrangement of step second, it is rearrangement. Step 2, it is rearrangement of primary carbocation to tertiary carbocation by migration of alkyl group. So step second include migration of R group or alkyl group from C1 to C2. C1 to C2. Now here tertiary carbocation is formed. Thus formed tertiary carbocation is stable due to the inductive effect. Now here it can undergo many reactions depending upon the reagent. If we are using here again NaOH, so OH minus will be there, which is attacking agent. If we are treating with RCl, then here Cl minus will be the attacking agent. If we are treating this with another elimination or deprotonation reaction, here if substitution reaction is there, this OH will be added here. It will be attack on this carbocation. Cl minus will be attacked here. If it undergoes deprotonation, this H will be deprotonate, and we are getting three different structures depending upon the reagent: CH3, CH2, CH3. Here also same skeleton: CH3, C, CH3, CH2, CH3. If OH is the attacking nucleophile, then OH will be added here. If Cl is the attacking nucleophile, Cl will be added here. And if it undergoes or loss of proton from this carbon atom, H will be removed, and here is formation of double bond. This H gives bonding pair of electron here, and we will get CH3, CCH3. Double bond will be in between these two carbon. H will be lost, and we are getting this one. So different product we are getting, and from the reactant which is a quaternary, having quaternary structure, it will be converted into a tertiary carbon. Change in carbon skeleton takes place due to Wagner-Mirvin rearrangement. I hope you understood this reaction. It is very simple. It involves change in carbon skeleton through migration of alkyl group from less stable carbocation to more stable carbocation. Thank you very much.